assassinated scientists, cryptic messages left in code, a nation on its knees. Today, we're diving into the most sophisticated cyberweapon ever unleashed. And if you stick around to the end, I'll show you how disturbingly simple it is to make one yourself. Are you ready? Let's begin. The desert air at Iran's Natanz nuclear facility hums with the sound of centrifuges, towering delicate machines spinning at thousands of revolutions per minute, separating uranium at its gaseous state, enriching it through a cycle of delicate spinning, slowing down, then gently speeding up. The more they cycled this, the richer, more potent and more powerful the uranium would become. The centrifuges were the lifeblood of Iran's nuclear program, meticulously balanced and painstakingly synchronized.
Uranium hexafluoride gas is fed into the rotating cylinder and spun at a high speed. This is what splits the molecules. The heavier U-238 molecules collect on the outside of the cylinder, and the light U-235 molecules set closer to the middle. The gas that's slightly depleted of U-235 is sent back to previous stages, and the gas that's slightly enriched is fed to the next stage. This is done through a cascade, which is made up of hundreds or thousands of centrifuges, until it creates a gas that's highly enriched in U-235, about 90%. This is when the uranium can be used in weapons.
This was January 2010, and something invisible had just slipped into the Natanz facility, aiming to completely rewrite reality. The scientists had no idea they were under attack. They thought that they were protected by their off-grid facility, by the security forces, and by the Iranian Revolutionary Government itself. But then, this happened. Iran's leading nuclear physicist, Mossad Ali Mohammadi, had just stepped outside his home. The blast was precise, surgical, the hallmark of a professional hit. And at the same time, back at the nuclear facility, things were starting to fall apart. Everything on their screens read normal. All of their readouts said that there was nothing wrong. But as they opened the centrifuges, they found nothing but broken, twisted, crumbled decay. The centrifuges were f***ed. For months, nearly 10% of Iran's centrifuges broke down without an obvious cause. One or two, a minor inconvenience. Thousands? That's a national catastrophe. Coupled with reports that one of the lead nuclear scientists in the country had just been killed, marked the start of Iran's nuclear program dive bombing into absolute freefall. Iran was under attack.
Because someone wants to delay Iran's nuclear program. We know in the past there have been some attempts, or at least intimidation of various people who are associated with Iran's nuclear program.
The attackers knew Iran's Natanz enrichment plant was air-gapped, completely isolated from the internet. Remote hacking was absolutely impossible. The weapon was hidden on an everyday USB drive, innocently carried in by someone completely unaware of its destructive payload. This approach in the hacking community is called Sneakernet, and it was the perfect infiltration tool. No warnings, no clicks, no installations, no firewalls, no antivirus, no internet connection needed. Just one simple USB drive in the right hands and the world's most destructive cyberweapon was unleashed. The virus spread, silently searching for the controllers made by the German engineering powerhouse Siemens. Once it found those, it started to instigate its clear and precise instructions. Once the virus got into the controllers, it subtly manipulated the rotor's RPM, jacking them up until they spun too fast, then too slow, repeating this again and again until they buckled and cracked from within. Speed up, slow down, speed up, speed up, slow down. The scientists checked their data, replaced their equipment, and recalibrated carefully, yet nothing worked. Months passed, chaos deepened, and Iran's nuclear ambitions were dead. Then the virus did something totally unexpected. It escaped. The virus had done its job. Iran's nuclear program had been set back years, so at this point the payload was supposed to simply self-destruct. But it didn't. Instead, it spread beyond Natanz, infecting computers worldwide, from India to Indonesia to the United States. That's when cybersecurity experts finally caught it. And when they tore it apart, they realized this wasn't just malware. This was a military-grade cyberbomb, capable of crippling infrastructure anywhere and at any time. And just like a real-world bomb, its creators had written little messages all over it. As security analysts tore the malware apart, they discovered something very interesting: a single file path buried deep in the code. At first, it was meaningless, but one word stood out: Miritus, Latin for mirital, and a direct reference to the Book of Esther. In the ancient story, Queen Esther foils a Persian plot to exterminate the Jewish people. Even the guava.pdb file name linked back to myrtle. Two plants from the same family, a hidden botanical fingerprint. Then came another clue: a string embedded within the malware. 1979-05-09. This was the date of the execution of Habib El-Ghahian, a prominent Jewish Iranian businessman who was executed by the revolutionary government shortly after they took power, an event that brought shockwaves to the Jewish community in Iran and spearheaded their mass migration out of Iran and into Israel. If any nation had the means and the motivation to attack Iran's nuclear program, it was Israel. But the complexity of Stuxnet suggested the involvement of yet another player.
America, 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 fuck yeah, coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah.
So it seemed that at this point in 2010, Israel and the United States had seemingly rewritten the entire rules of war. They had literally ushered in the beginning of cyber warfare. All it took now was someone with the right device in their hands at the right time, and anything was possible. This little device is the Flipper Zero. It looks a bit like a Tamagotchi device, doesn't it? But my God, is it way more powerful than that. But actually, this cheeky little device is probably one of the most sophisticated hacking tools around. Under the hood, it has RFID NFC cloning. It can read, copy, and emulate RFID and NFC cards, meaning you can clone cards, access fobs, and even some contactless payment methods. It has a sub-gigahertz transceiver, which means it can intercept and replay wireless signals used by remote controls, garage doors, car key fobs, and even some industrial systems.
Customer service needed in the cough and cold department.
It has an infrared transmitter and receiver, which enables you to control TVs, air conditioners, or other IR-based devices. The Flipper Zero can send and receive infrared signals, making it a universal remote on steroids. It has Bluetooth and iButton support, and even clone iButton security keys. It has custom firmware and expansions. Open source firmware means endless modifications, from security research tools to custom payloads. Essentially, this cute little gadget is a Swiss Army knife for penetration testing, social engineering, and exploiting digital vulnerabilities in our everyday tech. It's really, really cool, but in the wrong hands, it can be used to do dangerous things, which is what I'm going to show you today. One additional function is its ability to operate in something called BadUSB mode. With this device, we can run scripts that attack computers, similar to Stuxnet, but not nearly as potent. And of course, for educational purposes only. Let me show you how it works. First, we write the code. We will write our code in the language known as DuckyScript. When BadUSB and DuckyScript combine, they mimic a user controlling the target computer at superhuman speed. The BadUSB mode utilizes the fact that keyboards are universally trusted on nearly all PCs. You can plug a keyboard into most computers and it will simply work. The door swings open and our DuckyScript initializes. The BadUSB says to the computer, hey, I'm just your little cheeky friend. I'm a keyboard, let me in. Yeah, you know me, I'm a keyboard. And then when the happens, the DuckyScript initializes. So What shall our attack be? I've got a pretty good idea. First of all, we'll create a little delay so we can get things motoring. Then we'll press the GUI R button, which is basically Windows R key. We'll give it another delay to allow that to open up, another split-second delay. Then we'll write our string. Let's subscribe to the Civitas Universe YouTube channel, shall we? We'll hit enter. We'll give a delay of 5,000, which will allow us to wait for the web browser to open. We'll hit tab 3 times, then we'll press enter. We'll delay another 2 seconds, then we'll press Windows R again. We'll delay another split second, and then we'll open up Notepad. We'll press enter to open up the Notepad, and then we'll delay it again. We'll write a funny little string message, then we'll delay again, and then we'll make that string message super large on the screen, just to let the people know that we've completely messed with them, and isn't it funny that they're now a subscriber of the Civitas Universe YouTube channel. Yay! This was simply a harmless prank, but imagine if this was real. Your files gone, your passwords stolen, your system compromised. Cyber weapons like Stuxnet changed the world, and now these weapons are available to anyone. So make sure you are prepared, you are observant, and always remember, the most dangerous exploits are the ones you never see coming. If you liked today's video, please consider giving it a like, giving it a comment, and of course, subscribing to the channel. It will be really great to see you on the next video in the comments section. As you can see, I'm super ambitious, but at the same time, I'm really quite a small channel. So comments and likes really go that extra mile. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you again. That was a really fun video. Cheers, thanks, bye-bye, great.
Warning, banned location override. Talon series system compromised.